And hello, welcome to the next episode of the Pigeon Post. We're going back to the Stranglers today, and the album we are going to be talking about today is the band's sixth album, La Folie. It was released on the 9th of November 1981. It was recorded at the Manor Studios in Oxford, which was part run by Richard Branson at the time. Bands such as XTC recorded there. Tony Visconti produced the album, who's also more famous for being David Bowie's producer. The album produced singles like Let Me Introduce You to the Family, which got to number 42 in the UK charts. Obviously it produced a big massive hit, the biggest hit of the band's whole career, Golden Brown. That got to number 2 in the UK charts. And then they released a song in French called La Folie, which got to number 42 in the UK charts, which was sung by the bass player Jean-Jacques Burnel. The album itself starts with Non-Stop, and my favourite particular song on it is Everybody Loves You When You're Dead. Hugh Cornwell wrote that song about artists that had died at the time, like John Lennon, and so they found like everybody claims to love them when they died. There's a few interesting songs on the album. Everyone Loves You When You're Dead is my favourite. The third track, Tramp, which they played on the last tour, that was scheduled to be the follow-up single to Golden Brown, but JJ talked everyone round to it, and they released La Folie instead. But I'm not too sure if Tramp was single material, really. I think the only other possible single they could have released was Strange Little Girl, but that wasn't released till the end of 1982, when they had to leave the contract. There's a track called Ain't Nothing to It, which is a song about Melton Mezarazu, if I said his name right. He was like a scatter. There's the fan favourite, The Man They Love to Hate, which was sung by bassist Jean-Jacques Burnel, which was about like a Dallas, the TV programme, which he liked the main character from it. Another one of my favourites, which they played on the last tour, which was Pin Up. It was like a 2.5 minute pop song, really. It was like brilliant. And there's a few experimental tracks called It Only Takes Two to Tango and How to Find True Love and Happiness in the present day, which they haven't played since the early 80s. Like the album I've got to show you today is my Japanese 2D promo. That's there. It's got the OBI strip and the lovely thing. I've had this for quite a number of years now. The album itself is on black vinyl, and the Japanese vinyl comes in all these thick paper sleeves, and that's the label there. And how you can denote it's a promo is the oblong shape thing with the 3 symbols in the top left corner that says promo in Japan. That's the other side. I can get the promo stamp. That's the promo stamp there. You can see it. Let's pop it back in the bag. This is one I've played, and it sounds fantastic, as the French do, as the Japanese pressings do. There's a number of interesting numbers on this album. A friend of ours called Ava, she's known, she used to, she's Jack Black's sort of old partner. She took this photo, which on the back of the album, and it's in shot from Canada, I believe. So that's Ava. If anyone wondered, that was taken by Ava. The album itself has an OBI strip, which you have seen there, and there's a nice inlay sleeve. It's got the album songs on it. And that's just like on a picture of the heart on it. And this is just the album's information in Japanese. I think the promos, they were the first to go off the press. So it's like, I don't know how many copies they had. I think it was like not many, but the very first pressing of any album would be the promo, then it would go to the run of the stock copies. And so that's why you have these promos. My favourite songs on the album would be Everybody Loves You When You're Dead, Everyone Loves You When You're Dead, which they haven't played live since I've been going to see them in 1998. I don't think they've ever played it live. It would be great to see it once. Let Me Introduce You to the Family is actually one of my favourites on it. I love the bass run, and I do love the version that they did in 1982 in Gillingham off the record, but I was just born then. But they haven't played that since I've been going to see them. I think they played that a year before I was only seeing them in 1997 on the Written in Red tour. Pin Up would be in my top 10 Stranglers songs, and it was great to hear it last year. And I like How to Find True Love and Happiness in the Present Day, which they've not played since the 80s. The album itself, I think I love Dave's, the sound of Dave's keyboard sound on here. I think he reaches a peak in this. His playing like obviously you got the harpsichord sound on Gold and Brown, but overall I love his playing on Tram. I love his playing on Everyone Loves You When You're Dead. I love his playing on Non-Stop None and the experimental tracks. JJ sounds pretty good on it, but again, it's only the two vocals he does on this one, I do believe, which is Love FOLIE and The Man They Love to Hate. But everybody loves The Man They Love to Hate, and I did see them play it 3 times in 2015, but they dropped it. So let us feel what your favourite songs on Love FOLIE. It's my second favourite Stranglers album after The Raven. Where does it rank in your top favourite Stranglers albums? And did you get to see them on the tour? Which I know Paul Cooklin did get to see them on the tour, as he keeps on mentioning it in our WhatsApp chats. Like and a few others did it as well. But yes, I wasn't born until 1982, I'm afraid, so I wouldn't have been able to go. But that's a poor excuse, apparently. But it's like that's Love FOLIE by the Stranglers, Japanese 2D promo, white label promo. Okay, that's today's episode. We'll come back on Saturday for the next episode, and obviously the next episode for the Stranglers is going to be Feline. See you on the next one.